That's the viral footage of Big Mike Van Wyck attacking Jeff Nippard. Now, there are a few new developments that have popped up recently, and we're going to cover all of those, but first we have to know what was the cause that made Mike Van Wyck snap on a much smaller man.
We all know the science-based guys. Science guys really need to answer this question before anything. Why is it that you remain so mediocre, yet you know so much?
I know I don't need to respond to this, but since he asked, using science-based training, I won Natural Bodybuilding Nationals. I earned my pro card on the most competitive stage in the World Natural Bodybuilding Federation. I placed second in my first bodybuilding pro show, and while doing this, I set the Canadian record on the bench press, and I set a provincial record on the squat. I currently weigh 180 pounds at 5 foot 5 inches tall, which is pretty close to my natural limit given my height and my genetics. That's all besides the point though, because facts are facts. Information is either right or wrong. It doesn't matter who that information is coming from. If the people with the best physiques had the most knowledge, why would C-Bum need a coach? He has the best physique on the planet. Who could possibly know more than him? Well, it's pretty obvious that bodybuilding success comes from great genetics and really hard training, and if you want to make it in the IFBB, steroid use. I like science because it gives me more confidence in what actually works and what doesn't, because it isolates variables. If you trust a big guy's advice over scientific studies, that doesn't bother me. I listen to what big guys have to say too.
So obviously that's a pretty neutral take from Jeff Nippard. He's on the science side, and some of the old school guys like Mike Van Wyck are leaning more towards the just get it done, do what I say. One commenter goes, what a nice guy. Hopefully he can take criticism well and does not assault Jeff. Initially, many folks thought that this was scripted for some sort of content farming. The truth is, this is very much real.
To answer a few of your questions, you're asking for the original video. This is the original video. I am the first one to post about this. Second, this was not staged, not in any regard. Third, this is not the only assault that happened. I have confirmed with witnesses that there was more. Unfortunately, I do not have access to that footage, but Mike went on to continue to assault him. People who know Jeff know that he is a very kind and genuine man. Mike was completely out of line, and I don't see a case where he doesn't get heavily sued for this.
Spoiler alert, Mike is getting charges pressed against him, but more on that in a minute. Shortly after the incident occurred, Jeff went and got a CT scan. You can see from the marks on his neck that this was not a simple light jab. According to Jeff, he was filming a bicep curls YouTube short, and then Mike brushed up against him and said, "Sup." This was our first engagement that day. Jeff chuckled, and Mike said, "Oh, things are about to get real funny," as he walked past Jeff. I then asked him, quote, "What did you mean by that?" And I made sure my cameraman was filming in case he tried any funny business. Mike walks back towards Jeff and says, "Turn the camera off," and immediately jabs Jeff in the throat, which caused him to fall to the floor. It's important to note that the gym Pure Muscle and Fitness does allow filming. According to Jeff himself, Pure Muscle and Fitness has finally banned Mike Van Wyck from their gym, which wasn't the case when this post was initially posted. Here's an update on how Jeff Nippard is doing according to Joey Swole, who is also a fitness influencer. He's physically okay, but mentally, although he's grateful for all the support, he's overwhelmed. Mike, the man who assaulted Jeff, has been kicked out of Pure Muscle Gym and turned himself in last night after Jeff pressed charges. It's also important to note, I reached out to both men. I was even going to give Mike Van Wyck a chance to come on the channel and speak his mind, because we don't know the full story, at least at the time, but things are starting to become a little bit clearer. Interestingly enough, Mike Van Wyck was actually Drake's ex-bodyguard. Useless information. But what isn't useless is you guys liking this video. And there are still some people that are supporting Mike Van Wyck despite all the drama.
Mike will be on the podcast as long as he wants to be. Mike will be my friend forever. And anybody who ditches a friend because something bad happened to them or they're in some type of turmoil.
Your friends should hold you accountable and say, look, Mike, you can't go and attack someone in this way just because they made a video about you. And so Doc Feed writes a comment which is pinned by Fouad Abiad. And no one saw the entire thing like I did. I'm told he wasn't there. I was there. Mike asked him to stay away from him. Mike then walked 75 feet to the other side of the gym while working with his client at work in capitals. And this little kid yells his name and runs up to him and gets in his face. Me and 10 other people watched it. Little poor innocent Jeff shouldn't run up to guys and get in their personal space after being told to be left alone.
You can already tell by the tone of this message that the guy is incredibly biased. Calling Jeff a little kid, little poor innocent Jeff, that phrasing shows that he's not being completely objective.
First he comes to, Jeff says something, walks away, and then Jeff does his set. Then he tells the camera, you know, like, let's fill this. So he walks towards Mike a little bit, but Mike right away walked towards him, and then Jeff actually has both of his hand behind his back, and then Mike shoved him on his throat, like a throat smash kind of thing.
Yeah, like
flipped,
a coward.
Yeah, flipped over the steel cable rope, and then after that, Mike still went at it. The thing is, if you're gonna hit somebody, it's because you feel your life is threatened, right? You feel you're in danger, but why would you walk towards that danger? And would that you feel like you're in danger with a guy who's like half your size with his hand behind his back, just wanted to talk? Because I'm sure Jeff was not looking for hurt him. at all.
It boils down to this. If you're a big man, let's say you're as big as my man Mike Van Wyck, which is to say he's 6 foot 310 pounds. Jeff is 5'5", 180 pounds. You're walking towards him, you make a physical gesture. If that's what the video shows, you're not gonna do well when it comes to a lawsuit.
Whatever Mike is dealing with, I'm there to support him and help him deal with it. Whether he's right or wrong doesn't matter to me.
Mike Van Wyck also has the support of the internet's favorite grifter, Wes Watson.
With all you pussies, a lot of people are in the comments going, he wasn't heckling him. It was a normal debate. The little bitch boy knows he's trying to get under the skin of the monster. Don't push the motherfucker's buttons. And if you shouldn't even been in arm's distance of that beast-ass motherfucker. You shouldn't even have been in arm's distance of him unless you were trying to start a problem. There's no way you were even that close unless you were provoking him. It doesn't matter. He didn't come attack you. You were standing there confronting him like you wanted some business, and you didn't. You should have left the gym and known you were too big of a bitch and you were going to call the cops. You should have left, bitch, because you know you're a cop calling bitch, and that guy's going to mangle you. This is what's wrong with society. Passive-aggressive pussies who push the buttons of beast motherfuckers and then go run into the police.
When this whole drama went down, I felt like I had seen Mike Van Wyck before. As you guys know, I don't really spend much time in the fitness space, but he looked familiar to me. And then I remember,
I got you number 2.
He had a little bit of a beef going down with our close friend, Joey Stacks.
I don't really agree with like everything you say, but other than that, I'm a huge fan. Okay. You're big as fuck, bro. Thanks, how much do you weigh? 310. 310? Hell yeah. How tall are you? 6 foot. You might have my friend. Chance, bro. You know, my friend just wanted to confirm.
No, we're good, man. No, we're good.
Why? Why are you touching him?
We're not going to do any of that. We're not going to do any of that.
I was just asking his height and weight. Don't worry about it.
Appreciate you coming by. Step out, bro.
Wait, why can't we check your height and weight? You don't have to touch me. I mean, I was just asking your height and weight. There's no reason to touch me. I'm not touching you. You don't have to touch me.
Please.
What's the big deal? Like, you just asked your height and weight.
What is the point, guys?
We're just asking your height and weight. Why is this guy trying to be intimidating?
Talk to him.
Hey, why are you trying to be intimidating? Why are you trying to be intimidating?
I'm intimidating to you. You think I give a f***? You know who I am?
Who are you?
Get the f*** out of here.
We're just asking height and weight. What's the big deal? We will, but like, what's we're asking? Why are you getting in my face to ask his height and weight?
What do you guys think? You're tough guys?
No, we're tough guys.
Get the f*** out of here. I'm your worst nightmare. Get the f*** out of here. You don't know who I am. See you later.
Lieutenant, this is our worst nightmare. We better get out. What is tough about this? What is tough about weighing someone? How are we tough guys?
You don't understand. Like, you come in the booth and ask.
I don't understand this.
This doesn't happen unless you come in the booth, right?
I asked you a question. How is that being a guy?
Booth, not a public booth.
It's a public event, my guy.
Mike Van Wyck has his own little pit bull. This guy's bugging. But the truth is, they made a huge mistake. They woke up a beast.
What's up, big dog? Hey, are you the murderer?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How are you a murderer and out in the free world?
I got your family address. I got a family member, right?
No, that's all public information. That's all public information. I got you number 2, homie. I got you shit too, homie.
You think I care?
I don't care. Why you think I'm here, motherfucker? Why you think I'm here, motherfucker?
We could have easily just talked about this and got it over with.
Bro, this guy's the kindest dude I know. This guy's the coolest, most chicken dude I know.
So I'm like, what the f*** am I? Can you guys leave the booth? This guy refuses to leave the booth.
Yeah.
Now this is Mike Van Wyck on the left being very diplomatic with Joey Stacks because he knew if Joey loses his temper. Too bad for Jeff Nippard, he didn't get the same version of Mike.
No, but hold on. Just wanted to height and weight. It's not a big deal. Joey Stacks.
I know, but I apologize for you coming in.
You didn't bring me into it. A message. Threatening somebody that I care about.
Come from me.
I know.
My booth.
I know. If you want to see the message, I can show you.
Then whatever he said was his problem and your guys'
It wasn't from him either. It was a fake account saying, hey, you don't want to mess with this guy. He's not double murders. He'll look up your whole family. He'll do this. He'll do that. I said, that's public information. I can look up everybody's family. I can find out anyone's address by typing it in.
I willingly give it. But you guys like are mic'd up and stuff. I don't like being on camera. I tell you where I live.
Fucking Olympia, bro.
All right. What are we doing?
You don't want to be on camera.
Don't come to the Olympia, right? What are we doing? We're in the middle of Expo.
Mike Van Wyck didn't seem very intimidating when Joey Stacks put the pressure on him, which is still strange to me because Joey wouldn't show up for a simple conversation on a live stream.
People don't forget.
The truth is, men with low confidence will always overcompensate, and I have a suspicion that that's exactly what we were seeing with Mike Van Wyck.